back to the house. Just got a few rides last night, but got some errands run. A few things stocked up for tonight and tomorrow. Monday night's going to be cold tonight, so had to get a few things. I might have to go to Costco in a little bit. I'm not sure. I have one script ready, but I have enough to get by until after the freeze stuff. So I got plenty on that one. It's just cholesterol med. And then yeah, I'm gonna hunker down. I normally take Monday and Tuesday night off from driving Uber. Thanks for the like there. And look forward to seeing you all guys again. Maybe tonight, late tonight, or late Tuesday night. But yeah, we might have some snow, sleet, and freezing precipitation. It's going to stick on the bridges and overpasses. So I'm not going to be driving. I'm just going to hunker down at home, take it nice like I normally do on my days off, chores, and working on digitizing some old audio sermons from my parents' church, and saving those old mid-80s cassette tapes. So we get that digitized so they don't have those tapes degrade any further without capturing that. So hopefully I'll have some time to do that. Hopefully we get power staying on through the whole thing and don't lose power here. I don't think we will. I don't think it's one of those giant ice accumulation situations for here in the Austin area or northwest of me, but southeast all the way down to Gulf Coast here in Texas, and then Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia. I mean, all those guys all the way to Florida are going to get probably 4 to 6 inches of snow, which normally that's record for down this far south, you know. So hopefully they don't have any electric outage issues. But I'm still not going to get out and drive. We just plan to be able to stay safe and at home. So maybe some of those other drivers that don't drive smart in this type of weather, we don't have to be next to them where they're slipping and sliding and crash right into you. I'm not going to have that. I'll be at the house. Man, good morning, everybody. Hope your Monday morning, you will stay warm, I hope. We're getting this Arctic front coming down, and it's going to push in, and we're going to have some moisture from the south and from the Gulf here push on up and collide with some of that and cause a little precipitation, maybe some sleet. Hello, Ellie Beer and KK. Yeah, doing all right. I'm just getting in for my late night driving Uber. So, just thought I'd give a shout out. Hopefully you guys are staying warm and safe. In camp, well, I just drove back to the house. I'm in my driveway here at the house. It's a slanted driveway on the side of the hill up to the garage. Detached garage, prefab mobile home. Let's see, VA in here? VOT in here? Sorry, Daniel, I don't have a reference on that to know what you're meaning. But I wanted to at least say hi. And oh, okay, Virginia, gotcha. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, ATX here, man. Austin, Texas. So northeast end of Austin by Pflugerville, if y'all already know where that's at. There's Austin address, south end of Pflugerville School District, in a non-incorporated pocket of a neighborhood. So we have county responds for 911 here, as opposed to Austin Police Department. and if closer, who knows? Sometimes Department of Public Safety will help out. Yeah, I just hope those first responders stay safe, because a lot of those drivers, man, if we get ice on overpasses and some of the roads, these people from Northeast think, man, y'all just don't know how to drive in snow. It's like, okay, it's not driving on snow here. It's like a Zamboni machine went over it and smoothed out the ice. Really nice. Try driving on an ice rink. See how good you do. So I'm sure there's lots of immigrants there, because I've been seeing a lot more here. Daniel, yeah, we've been having that for a while. We've had overflow influx. Why do you think we ship them to those other states that want them so much? And then they're like, what are y'all doing sending them all here? Man, that's funny. Excuse me. Yeah, they just don't know what they're dealing with. I mean, we got pockets and areas here in Texas that are just overrun with also some different Mexican cartels that come up here and try to extort these people that come up here for better opportunity out of their monies for part of payment for trying to get them here. And then they get them in very high interest notes on just housing and stuff. I mean, they're freaking land sharks. And so, I mean, those people trying to come up here, if the ones that are really wanting to try to better their situation, sorry, they're not getting far enough away from it. They think they're coming here, and some of those that slipped in with them are extorting them here. So, oh, goodness. It's like, you know, they can't get away from those guys that take them for what they can, you know, from down south. I mean, that goes all the way up to New York, Denver, and a few others too. You've seen all those with the other cartels from South America that are trying to, you know, extort those people that try to come up here too and take over apartment buildings. And man, so that we'll be glad to get rid of them as we can. The bad ones, the ones causing all the violence and extortion and everything on everybody up here, wherever it happens. Yeah, they ain't doing it at my house. No way. And watch it. My wife, she pulls her rounds down when she shoots. You know, she's expecting recoil on those next shots. Those rounds come down. You know, you try to get in the house, she's there, man. Sorry, you're getting it in the gutter a little bit lower. You're not going to be doing what you like anymore. And if you don't comply, if you don't run and you try to aggress, I'll be forced to stop. Just like the police do back in the day with training with commissioned security, level 3, what I used to do when I was younger. I'll have them gift wrap for Travis County. And I got great neighbors. Fortunately, I have some really good neighbors here. People try to help out, give it to each other, give food when they cook out, share. They like sharing, you know. We all like sharing. We have ample to be able to give to others. Hey, try this, you know. So we all try to help each other, and be nice to each other. And some of my neighbors, like right next to me, he works level 2. I'm not sure if he's got his level 3 yet for working security. And then another neighbor a little further over on the north side of this park, he's got his level 2 and works at an office building. And then I don't know of any PD that actually live in here, but we got some good people. And people look out for each other. Got a lot of veterans. Hello, Cooper Bailey. Yeah, I'm just parked in the driveway before I go in, and I don't want to wake up my wife too early. She sleeps normal schedule and gets up about 6:30, 7:30 a.m. Me, I'm just getting in at that time. And then I'm watching stuff off of Prime on the TV, different old series and stuff, catching up as I do some normal correspondence and some of my game dailies just first off before I find something to watch and fall asleep to. Yeah, by the bottom of the chimney, well, all this salt started coming in when I was 16 years old, man. Yeah, and then it filled out. Man, I'll go to places, they would not card me at some of the bars to see if I was old enough. And it's like, oh, come on. It's like, okay. I just looked older. But yeah, I'm almost 60, and so I don't know, another 5 years, it'll probably be turning blue silver, and I'll be called a silverback, huh? Friend of mine, he got 400 amp lithium batteries, and he sent with me his inverter. I wish he had his charge controller with him to send with me, because he wants me to play with the stuff, hook it up, check its operation. I wish I could do that right away, but I don't have all the gear. He's still got some wiring coming in. I'm gonna help him set up just a little small off grid for running small heater and other things, items when he doesn't have power. Yeah, Cooper, these little glasses got on Amazon. They're a little bit shorter in height than I want. I would like about another 3 or 4 millimeters tall. But when I'm driving, this way I catch the whole dash with, they're like 1.25s. I mean, they're not big magnification, but I can see the dash in a small font on my phone for driving Uber on some of the street names and that stuff a lot better. And then I can see fine far, but at least they're short to where I'm not picking up a lot of glare over a whole glass piece during sunlight or people's headlights. So they were pretty good. They're about $8 or $9 a piece. You can look at them, small reader or magnifying bifocals, but there's no bifocal to it, and it's just the one lens, so it's not a dual lens situation in one lens. I need to get some more just to have as backup, because I know these will wear out in the hinges eventually. And this type of polymer that they use as the glass, you know, it's not really glass, not real glass, and it'll get worn over time, and sometimes you get to where you can't clean it anymore. It'll still have a little bit of abrasion from even microfiber cloths over time. Get a sip of my coffee. I just wanted to give a shout out. Nobody cares. Okay, you don't care about the bifocals because you probably don't need them. You probably don't need the cheater readers. Someone else had commented that they like them. So I guess you didn't have to listen to that part if you didn't want to. But hi anyway. I hope you have a good Monday and stay warm. And if you don't have to get out on the roads when they're slushy later in the evening, if you're down here from Central Texas all the way to Florida, hopefully you don't have to get out. Don't mean to. It's okay, you know, people can say what they want. You know, it's, you want to try to say something mean or you don't care, that's good. That's fine. You know what? No biggie. Well, why are you miserable and pissed? Working outside today. It's 20. Yeah, I would understand. Yeah, a friend of mine used to live here. Actually, one of my old roommates from way back. He works in Riverton. So he's a school teacher. He was a Travis County constable here for 11 and a half years. Holy cow, with my window down, I can hear the coyotes here. There's a pack of them. Yeah, they're saying, freak, it's cold. Not as cold as up there, but and their stomachs are rumbling because they didn't get enough to eat last night when they're foraging for rabbits and people's pets, cats, and everything around the houses. I have video of them going past my front door in between the houses here multiple times, multiple different days. They look for these feral cats or any pets that are out. Watch out for your pets. I know up there in Wyoming you probably got wolves. And negative 25. I did my share of, I remember back end of 88, U.S. Army boot camp, Fort Dix, New Jersey. Whew. November and December, October, November, December. Yeah, it was beginning of November, and then into the new year, and then getting shipped off over to Aberdeen Proving Ground, Maryland for my job skill for the rest of that winter. And yes, I think I got my cold weather training in there. It's not quite as cold as that negative 25, but being double time to chow in the morning, and it's -9, -6, some mornings just -4. It's cold enough to be outside and having to work outside, isn't it? That first thing in the morning when you first wake up and you haven't even had coffee yet. They're just getting you out, setting you up in the formation, coming to you right face, forward march, and get you over to being on the road. And then it's double time march. Yep, you're running all the way to chow in -6, -9 degrees. And then when it snow, anybody that's on break, Christmas break during that time, if you get stuck there on post, then you're pulling snow shoveling detail. See, I have to say, you've got an incredible capacity to maintain composure when, well, hey man, if, you know, I hope, my hope is that everybody else is doing okay. And I hope you find a way to be able to stay okay and do well. You know, so when people say things mean to me, well, it might be a situation where they're not in a happy situation. Like having to get out in negative 25 degree temperature. You know, it's some of those things. I mean, man, talk about early 1900s, 1800s. How do you think they dealt with it back then? Why do you hate yourself? Did you get stuck in a bad situation in YM? Yeah, they're hardier back then. Through natural selection of having to stay fit, you know. That and not all these preservatives being mixed in all the foods and everything. People were a little bit healthier that way. They weren't overloaded on sugars, lots of stuff. So it was the hardiest were surviving, and then they had young ones and continued their gene pool, and hopefully all of them, would live well. But man, talk about hard times. Not having good painkillers back in the early 1800s for the dentistry, having a tooth pulled. Holy cow. They had nothing to numb the gums too well, or very good. I mean, there was other things, natural stuff back then, but it probably didn't work as instantly as some of the stuff they have today. Well, I hope you are the product of hardy people. Yeah. And people coming up here and trying to drive on ice, you're going to have some natural selection too if they don't know what they're doing. I mean, even that Snowmageddon, to be able to get down to the electric poles, the electric company people's trucks, they had to have chains on their vehicles to get back to the riser poles where the fuses are for the distribution, between 40 or 60 homes on each one, and be able to put new fuses in. And they kept popping, but they had to wait till it warmed up. And even on the warmed up days, there's so much ice on the ground, they had to add snow chains, ice chains on those big truck tires to come in my neighborhood. Yes, that's right here in Austin, Texas. So that's how bad we had it, because they couldn't get everywhere. And it's too cold for how many homes they have on the riser distribution poles to go a hard start up with every home's, shall we say, thermostat set to heat, and most of them being electric. Those fuses couldn't handle a load of 60 homes. They just have too many homes on each distribution point to be able to maintain a full load all at one time coming online. So that fuse would take maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, and that big fuse would pop. They'd have to try to do it again, put another fuse up in there, let these houses come online, and the heaters start heating for long enough to where every one of them didn't have the heater on at the same time to be able to have a fuse not pop. So I had to wait 5.5 days before they could give us power in this section, 10 days in another one. It's like, man, see, I depend on government and utility companies keep me alive in the winter. Gas and electric, yeah, if we didn't have our natural gas cooking, we wouldn't have stayed here or been able to try to stay here. We would have had to go to a warming center or something like that when it was single digits, and we just don't have insulation infrastructure for that cold that long down here. But I'm glad we were able to hold out. Use our drip coffee and get those little coffee drippers, or if you have a French press, that's even better. But excuse me, I start talking a while and start losing my voice. But yeah, we had to drip pots, to put on our coffee cup, put the hot water over the coffee grinds. It takes forever for it to drip. Boy, does it taste good. It's like, why don't we do it all the time? And I looked at how long it's taken just for me to get our small cup. That's why. Looking at my watch, Yeah. And then the snow we had to shovel because we didn't have water for 2.5 days. At least we had snow. At least we had that. So I was able to shovel snow and melt it, and we would put it on our big pots to be able to melt and boil to purify on top of a stovetop with the gas cooking. And then we let it cool down. Then when it got cool, ladle it into our zero water pitcher, and that was some darn smooth water. Man, our tap water doesn't taste that good. Filtered, purified by boiling and filtered rainwater. is basically what that snow was. Good night, Cooper. Have a good one. Stay warm. Yeah, and so I would love to have a rainwater collection and be able to set that up. I have a tar and shingle roof, so I don't want that, especially during the summer months, and that oils that are in that tar sort of seep out and get washed in with the water. It's like oily water at that point. I can't have that. I need a metal roof. And we just got this roof not long ago. I wish they would allow us to have metal roofs here. We rent the lot, own the home. So it's a managed property. I just wish we could do a little bit better here. I wish they would allow us to have, metal roofs in here and not have to have everything so uniform. But yeah, with the filtered rainwater, man, it's good. A friend of mine out in a suburb on the southwest side of Austin, way out there, she and her husband have full rainwater collection system that goes through a settling tank, a main storage tank, and then filtration, even with the UV light and stuff. Tasting this melted snow and filtered water I made from that was the closest to their water taste I've ever had. Very smooth, very clean tasting, not a bunch of minerals, oversaturated minerals like calcium. Is it night here? The sun's coming up. Yeah, DePaul. It's morning. The sun's just coming up on the horizon behind me, so you're going to see me be more illuminated as I talk, because it only takes a few minutes for that light to crest over the horizon. And I'm about to go inside. I got to take a few things inside after I get into the garage and into the house. Bring some my friend's old lithium batteries that he has here into the house so they don't stay in the freezing temperatures for too long. They're not being utilized while they're frozen, so that's not bad. But even then, I just don't want their longevity to be reduced. And then he sent an inverter with me tonight from his job where I stopped by. He's actually a level 3 and 4 security guard. He does PPO work too, but he wants to have a little off-grid electric setup, so I'm going to help him with that. Maybe I can video some of that. Before I go, when's your next stream? Maybe tonight, late. So maybe between 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. The wife's already gone to sleep, and then I can get online. So normally I do something about then, and then this is the first time I've done it right when I get back from driving Uber late night. But I'm not going to be driving tonight or tomorrow night because it's supposed to be slushy on overpasses and flyovers and like an ice rink. And it's normally my days off anyway. I take Monday and Tuesday night off. Right on, Cooper. Nice glasses. Well, thank you, Anthony. Oh, cheater readers. Great for driving. That way I see my dash and have my phone, everything lined up right across the dash in front of me, down where I'm seeing from this lower peripheral. Especially that small font on the maps on Uber navigation. But nevertheless, I'll let you guys go so you can take care, Bailey. Yeah. Thank you, Anthony. Everybody, Rich, and everybody's posted up and check my stream out. Hopefully take some time and look through my videos and little tips, tricks, and hacks. If you're going out of town for a while and you want to keep your freezer food, you want to know that the power stayed on or whether it thawed out or not when you get back. It's like how you know when the power's back on, it's all frozen. And you can do that cup of ice trick with the coin on top of the ice in the cup in the freezer. That way, if the coin's down midway or lower in the ice, when you get back, you know, well, your food may have thawed out enough too, but you don't know how long. So, you know, don't just jump to cooking it, eating it. It may not be good for you. A few other tips and tricks too, how to start some fire with a 9-volt battery and steel wool. If you don't know about that, I know it's very common. A lot of people seen that, but some people haven't. Just a lot of little things. Hey, bye Anthony, have a good one. Peace. But other videos on there are just to show what I've done on a low budget to be able to get by for some disaster preparedness, and then other do-it-yourselfs, brake pads, rotors on Grand Caravan. Whatever I had I could show. If I could help others by showing it, then I tried to show. Well, you guys have a good one. Stay warm, and I will get back with you later. Happy Monday. Happy. Some of you it may be happy, some of them not. Okay, but happy Inauguration Day, and hopefully this whole Martin Luther King Day is a good day too. That means more federal employees have off, and there may not be as many people on a slushy road in the South here. Hopefully more will stay safe that way by not having to get out and go to work. But you guys, y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you on one soon. Coffee Teeth James out.